Hello my friends, remember there was the Russian oil storage in the Sevastopol city that they used to refuel their military ships? Well, today we have the satellite images from this area before and after the drone attack. So this was before and this is after. So as you can see, Russia lost few of the tanks out there. I would say around 9 or something like that. So this row is completely lost for Russia. But those tanks that were close to the fire also got damages, and fuel inside will not be used in the future. So I would say for Russia just 3 reservoirs left for the usage. But with the huge fire, the pipelines also got damaged and other infrastructure in that facility. So this base will not be used for a long time. However, 6 reservoirs on the south may have alternate infrastructure for them personally, and maybe Russia could use them. I've took this one from the Russian media just to show you the nonsense in their society. So here we have the teenage guy, and he installed the F-18 fighter jet on the Microsoft Flight Simulator, and he says, okay, we're gonna fly and try to bomb the Sevastopol over there. Oh my god, what have I done? So clearly he lives in Sevastopol and it was just a funny video of him. But he was arrested with his mom. As you can see, they have the Russian flag on the background and also the Putin's portrait on the top. We don't see the face, but clearly it is there. So mom says, oh, I'm wrong, and he is wrong. We apologize for that game. And wow, it's just terrible. As you can see, Russia is the country which is full of freedom, where you can get arrested for the video game and for kind of the innocent video, because it wasn't him who blown up the oil storage in Sevastopol. The Ukrainian Defense Minister Reznikov, in his interview to The Atlantic, said that Crimea will be liberated by Ukrainian army without military force. He says that Russia turns the peninsula into the castle with lots of the defense lines, but we may cut the supplies for the Russian army. And definitely, if you look at that peninsula, you only have the supplies from the north over here, and with a successful counterattack of Ukrainian army we may cut it, and the only supply is left in Kerch, and the Kerch bridge is not working fully, and there could be more troubles with that supply line. So the situation for the Russian army will be the same as it was in Kherson. They may continue to stay there for some time, but after a while, as every castle which is surrounded, Russians would have to leave it. And as for me, it's the best scenario, because if we go with our military forces to Crimea, we'll have lots of the losses. It is better to act smart using the vulnerability of the Russian army in Crimea. So if our officials speak about the Crimean Peninsula, it means that the counterattack will start over here on a track to Melitopol and maybe to Mariupol. And you may say that it will be the damage for the reputation of the Russian army if they leave the Crimean Peninsula. That's why Russia may perform some sort of the disaster on their territory, such a big one that they have to use their army to withdraw from Crimea or from Ukraine to fight with huge fires or something like that. At least Ukrainian Defense Minister Reznikov says like that. Our Minister of the Foreign Affairs said that there will be F-16s in the Ukrainian army. It's just the matter of time, and I also believe in that. He says that with those fighter jets we may open the Lviv airport for commercial aviation, because the area will be protected by the fighter jets. And Ukraine is getting ready for the future counteroffensive. For example, on this image you may see lots of the Bradleys, and they're on a training somewhere. But we know that they are in Ukraine. And Secretary Blinken stated today that Ukraine will counterattack very soon, in a few weeks or maybe earlier. Well, we'll see, it depends on the weather, it could be even the next week. Locals in Crimea reported the loud explosion and the smoke which was coming from the FSB facility close to the Simferopol city, and this facility used for the training of the FSB. It could have been just the fire that they used for the training, but it was really huge. One more Russian train with lots of the fuel and military supplies went off the rails in Bryansk again. It's the second day consecutive. Then Russia faced with the same circumstances for their trains. Again, they say that it was the sabotage act since the railways were damaged by explosion. Again, we have lots of the air range just right now in many regions of Ukraine. Russia launched the Shahed drones. Today, Prigozhin posted the fake that they've destroyed the armored vehicle with the Ukrainian Territorial Defense General. His name is Igor Tatsura, and definitely he is very close to the front lines near to the Bakhmut, but from official channels, from Ukrainian channels, we have the confirmation that he is alive and it wasn't his car. But the road to Bakhmut, the only supply line that we have, is still very bad. You can see some of the armored vehicles on the sides and many others that were destroyed by the Russian artillery. And here you can see the T-64 Ukrainian tank that also was destroyed by the artillery. But Bakhmut still holds, and you can see the smoke is coming from the city, and the weather is not good, but it's getting better and better day by day. Here you may see the artillery system that totally sank into the mud because of the heavy rain, and we have to use the other artillery system to push the other that stacked into the mud. So definitely the weather is not good for offensive actions right now. There was no update for the military map today, but from the Russian channels I know that in Avdiivka our forces went on a counterattack and now 1.5 kilometers deep into the Russian controlled area. However, they do not specify the exact location of the Ukrainian counterattack. Good news about the Gepard anti-aircraft tank: we'll have more ammunition till August. There was the problem with ammunition shells because most of them are produced in Switzerland, and Switzerland is the neutral country. So Germany promised to solve that issue. I don't know how, but they say that they will get more ammunition for those anti-aircraft tanks. Putin attended the launch of the tram line in Mariupol city that was completely destroyed. So they destroyed everything and now built something over there, like the trams, the very old trams, and he attended not by himself but via Zoom conference. We're gonna show the rest of the world the mighty trams in Mariupol, but actually those trams are made in Czechoslovakia long time ago during the USSR period. Russia is the big circus country. Just look at the faces of those people. They're kind of unhappy living nowadays in Mariupol that was totally destroyed by the Russian army. So yes, about the map, my friends, there was no update for today. Hopefully there will be some change in favor of Ukraine, obviously, tomorrow, since we know the information that our guys went on a counterattack in Avdiivka, and little by little we are taking more ground in that area. So the attempt of the Russian army to get Avdiivka under their control totally failed. And now please press the like to this video, and also if you want to support my job, you may find some of the links in the video description just below. You may also support me on Patreon or on a sponsorship on this YouTube channel. My friends, I wish you all peaceful skies wherever you are, and have a great time.